Yes, someone finally said it! Holy shit, Romancing the Stone is definitely a men's romance flick. And y'all, I have some thoughts about Romancing the Stone. Hey y'all, I'm Edie Skye. I write spicy men's romance about hot girls and giant robots and adventure of all kinds. I'm also Arcadia Skye, author of women's monster romance about ride or die demons banging. Why is this relevant? Because it means I've got experience with both. And it means I'm equipped to argue that Romancing the Stone is not only the perfect men's romance flick, it is the perfect blend of men's and women's romance. Now calm down a moment, because I know you're saying, why we gotta gender everything? This isn't about shoving things into boxes. Well, mostly. This is about reader expectations and how men and women like vastly different tropes in their romance. Hell, if you want to divide it up further, gay men like different tropes from straight men. Lesbians like different tropes than straight women. You could break it down by every gender and sexuality. But for simplicity's sake, I'm going with the broadest categories. I'm a bestseller in men's romance, and the thing you need to know about men's romance is that it is generally equally as interested in the adventure of the story as it is the romance of the story. It's 50-50. And they generally want their main characters to be hyper-competent heroes, and they want the love interest to be supportive ride or dies. There's not an incredible lot of complexity to the romance in men's adventure. It doesn't focus on the chase and earning of the romance. It focuses on a couple being badass together. Women's romance is a lot more complex. It's got a lot more subgenres. Generally, it's about the growth toward the realization of a relationship. Plenty of dramatic push and pull leading up to it. But regardless of subgenre, the female main character is very much someone who wants to feel protected, and the male main character is someone who is capable of protecting and providing. There are a lot of structural differences between men's and women's romance, but the absolute unifier is the concept of protection and support, which makes action-adventure movies in general the perfect blend of men's and women's romance trope expectations. But Romancing the Stone an especially good one. Because here's the thing. In Romancing the Stone, you've got a female main character who is very competent in her familiar environment, but suddenly she's flung into an environment that she is very much not equipped to handle. She's competent elsewhere, but she needs protection here. And suddenly along comes the hero. He's a competent badass in his own right. And man, he doesn't necessarily like having to traipse through the jungle with this woman, but she needs protecting, and he's well equipped to protect. The reason I say it's not a perfect men's adventure specifically, but rather a perfect blend of both, is because it deviates from men's adventure in being about the development of the romance. They don't love each other from the beginning. Conflict and push and pull is the entire point of the plot, which makes it lean pretty heavily toward women's romance. But the fact that the two are badass together despite the push and pull, and that they fall in love over the course of an epic adventure, that's men's romance to a T. Y'all, if you ever want to write any kind of romance, men's, women's, or otherwise, the best thing you could do to start is watch Romancing the Stone. I have other action-adventure movies that I could point to as examples of perfect romance, and yes, number 2 is absolutely The Mummy. Romancing the Stone hits so many of the combined tropes so efficiently that it's a masterclass in writing adventure romance. And heck, one of the main characters is a best-selling romance writer. It knows exactly what it's doing. And it's a movie that's largely been forgotten and shouldn't have been.